I'm David Flood, youth inspirational speaker and mentor for teens and young adults. I spend hundreds of hours in schools every year. The repeating themes that I hear from kids are, Mr. Flood, no one listens to me. I don't trust anyone. I feel alone and have no one to talk to. I'm getting bullied and teased. I'm new and I can't connect with anyone. And those are just the kids who open up to me. We've got to teach our kids how to trust. We have to teach our kids to talk to someone when they're in pain or suffering or troubled. We have to teach our kids where to go when they have a problem. Because if we don't, the result is deeper pain, substance abuse, cutting and self-injury, and addiction to anything that will make them feel better.
Growing up in a dysfunctional home with alcohol and emotional abuse could easily crush a person's character. David Flood's character was emboldened. Throughout his life, David has turned what most people would consider burdens into gifts. His alcoholic father and his autistic son have taught him important lessons of patience, kindness, compassion, and unconditional love.
I have two friends. Wait, that didn't come out right. I have more than two friends. I want you to think that I only have two friends. I have two friends. So I have a friend, my friend John, who I've known, 6 or 8 years. So I text John, I say, hey John, I'm getting ready to speak to like 300 middle schoolers, really punchy 6th, 7th, and 8th graders who think they're cool. So I text John and I said, would you pray for me? And John texts me back. John loves me very, very much. And John texts me back, Dave, you're gonna be great. They're gonna love you, don't worry. Let me text Drew. Now Drew I've known for a longer period of time. I've known him since high school, 30 plus years ago. And Drew knows I have ADHD. I can't focus. So I might be over here talking to you, but thinking about you guys over here. And Drew knows that I probably had about 6 cups of coffee, Starbucks, before I got here. So I text Drew, Drew, you please pray for me. You know, I'm giving an assembly this morning. I'm nervous. I've never been to the school before. I don't know anybody. You go into a place and no one knows you. Drew texts me back, Dave, I won't pray for you, but I will pray for the audience. I care about my character. And that's all you guys should care about. I think there's a sign somewhere in the school, it might be in the cafeteria, that says what character is. Character is what you do when no one's watching. If you don't have a sign in the school, I'll go out over the vacation and buy it, and if they'll let me back in during the vacation, I'll hang it up and it should be over the front door when you walk in. Your character is what you do when no one's watching. Okay, you're not your reputation. That when you have the choice to be right or be kind, you choose kindness. And I know that's hard. I know I want to be right. When I argue with my wife, with my kid, I want to be right. But more often now, slowly but surely, I choose kindness.
Actually, I was shocked at how effective it was for someone to come in, just him, no lights, no dancing, no singing, and he held the attention of 900 children.
Ladies and gentlemen, your life is not about you. Your life is about all the people around you. It's about all the people who love you. It's about all the people that you love. It's about all the people that you can impact. It's about all the people that you can influence. It's not about you. It's not about, look, I know everything is, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me on Instagram, look at me on Pinterest, look at me, look at me. Everything's look at me. No, it's not about you. My life's not about me. My life's about you. My life's about my kids. My life's about the new relationships that I made today. That's what gives value to my life. When was the last time someone told you that you were important? Everybody point to yourself. Point to yourself. Point to yourself. Look around. No one's doing this. Everyone's doing this. This is where you are. This is where you live. In your heart and your soul. And I don't want to know, and I don't want you to answer the question out loud, but think to yourself, when's the last time someone told me I was important?
When my mother asked me to attend David's assembly with her, I didn't think it was to be of much importance to myself, let alone any other stubborn college student like me. What I left with, however, was one of the most powerful and effective messages I had ever heard. There was no false front and no doubt in my mind that David does not live by every one of the values that he speaks on. Listening to what David had to say has taught me to look much further past myself than I ever have and use powers like selflessness and kindness in order to bring about a much greater quality of life. I highly recommend David to any institution, whether it be K through 12, high school, or even university. I look forward to hearing David speak many more times, and I hope that others are able to learn from his important and personal lesson.
I'm not a statistics guy. I'm not talking to your head. I'm talking to your heart. That's what I'm talking to. That's all I care about. Because I know that the only way to reach a kid, the only way to reach anybody is through emotion. Because that's what you feel. You're not going to remember what I said when you leave, but you might remember how I made you feel. You might remember that. And if I can do that, then I've done a good job.
There was a lot of joking around and funny, then back to serious, and then giving them challenges, and it was interactive at times. And the fact that he went and met with our kids in lunch and stuck around, kind of, the follow-up is more, as I think, just as important as the actual message in the assembly. So I think it was very effective for our kids.
The message must be consistent from administrators, counselors, teachers, and from parents. You're not alone. You are important, and we care about you. This is what I talk about in schools. It's about dignity, respect, and compassion.